nature. This is nature. You can come with your friends, and Delta State is safe. It's a very beautiful atmosphere in Delta State. Abraka, precisely. Who said Nigeria is not beautiful? Who said you can engage in local tourism? It is beautiful here in Nigeria. So our tourists from US, from London, from Turkey, from France, you can come to Nigeria. Nigeria is very beautiful. And this is Delta State. This is nature. You can see the water is very clean as well. People here with their families, with their friends, with their loved ones.
Gay place, lovely place, beautiful ambience and hospitality. Ogay Place Hotels Limited, formerly Le Méridien Hotel, is a world-class hotel securely located in the heart of Port Harcourt in the new GRA. Have you tried the rest? Now come back to the best upper-scale hotel and be our special guest. Ogay Place Hotels, tastefully rebranded luxury suites, presidential, diplomatic, executive suites and deluxe apartments with free internet, a health gym, spa, conference and meeting facilities. Discover our amazing restaurant and bar for national and continental cuisines. Security at Ogay Place Hotels is world-renowned standard. Our service, our strength. Ogay Place Hotels Limited, 45 Tombia Street, GRA Port Harcourt, River State, Nigeria. For reservations, call 0803 555 1160 or +234 844 61770 or visit www.ogayplace.com.
Okay, you're welcome. You see me decked out with a safety gear. I have my face shield and I have my mask. This is just to let you know that COVID-19 is still out there. It kept us at home for months, and we are all ready, getting ready for the reopening of international flights and even the hotel. Most of our hotel partners will be opening up from the 1st of September. We'll keep you posted about that. But today we are having another edition of our webinar, and we are going to show you the lovely places that we have in Nigeria. I wear that all the time. I just want you to know that you still have to be safety conscious. You don't have to pretend there is no COVID. You don't have to act as if there is nothing on the ground. So get your shield. It prevents you from getting, and you wear your mask. That prevents you from giving. So, but I don't know how it is now. If you want to kiss someone, what happens? But it's okay. So I welcome you to another edition of our 7 Wonders of Nigeria today. Some things have happened in the past 1 week that will bring you up to date with. After our discussion on what's it called, Enugu State, I've just read a story and I'm trying to do a sky ride in Enugu. That's amazing. If you have seen Milking Hill, if you've been to Ibiwari, you know there's quite a lot that people need to see and do in Enugu. And I'm happy that the governor of the state is putting something in place to bring people to Enugu. So thank you to Enugu State government. Your state government is working on the Boa Tower. That's something commendable. Ekiti State government has just done tours of the local government, and that is commendable. So I thank Ekiti State Tourism, the commissioners. We are happy that the states are responding to these things that we do every week. The states are responding and responding and responding. So please, don't keep talking. Don't say because the man spoke about Kogi, I will not do Kogi. See, it is important that we talk about these destinations. Oyo State has responded, Enugu State has responded, Ekiti State has responded, and hopefully, I hear some things are happening in Akwa Ibom. A new commissioner who was retained is in place. I like to hear all these good news. After we talked about the man from Kwara State, our guy on motor shop, he was contacted by one of the people. So I'm very, very excited that people are responding to these things that we do. So we thank all the people who watch, who pass these stories across, who write about these stories. We need all the states in the country to respond. Today, Cross River just issued a press release that says that there will be no tourism levy between now and December. Kudos to Cross River. We are happy with that. We've also heard Lagos State has bought 1 billion naira to help small scale people in. I'm small scale, please remember I'm in Lagos, I'm small scale. Don't say we are not part of it. We have to be part of that. So we thank all the states that are responding. Taraba State, Plateau State, I've heard those good news. Could you complete those things you are doing so we can share with people? So we thank you. These weekly webinars have been very impactful. It has changed things. And we hope that by the time we start the research in November, a lot more things will change. The brochures are out for 7 Wonders. And most of you that have participated in the webinars, all your presentations are here, from the first one to the 7th one. So we will send you a PDF of it. See how lovely it is, our totems. We'll send a PDF of it if you ask. So you can send to info@niger7wonders.com and they will send you a PDF. So you see some of the presentations and some of the things we've done. So today we are going to try to run on time. We'll go to our first guest. Our first guest is all the way from Abuja. And it will be Madam Olabaf. So Madam, you're welcome. And you have 10 minutes to share with us those lovely places that you have to talk about. Welcome, Madam.
Okay.
You're on.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Good day, sir. Good day, everyone. My name is Olaniyi Balqees, the CEO of Olabaf Travel and Tours. It's a pleasure to be on this 8th edition of 7th Wonders in Nigeria. And I also want to appreciate our ambassador for the great opportunity given to us to showcase the hidden treasures of domestic tourism in Nigeria. I want to take you on a tour to Kwara State, Esie Museum in Kwara State, then Kerang Volcanic Mountain in Plateau State, then Zuma Rock Resort in Niger State, then from there to Gurara and also to FCT, Blue Cabana Restaurant in FCT. Please stay tuned. I'm starting with Kwara State, Esie. Esie Museum happens to be the first museum in Nigeria, and it was established in 1945. This museum housed the greatest treasure ever given to mankind, which is the Esie, that is Esie figurines. These figurines happen to be 800 settlers that wanted to settle in Esie town then, but they were refused in. So they could not settle inside the Esie town, so they settled outside the Esie town. So it got to a stage, after a while, they started misbehaving and they were rebellious. So the gods, according to history, mind you, so the gods of Esie got angry and turned them to stone. So if you go to the museum today, you will still find the 800 figurines there. The most amazing part of it is the fact that they all look like human beings. Some look like women and some look like men. Sorry, I'm a woman. That's why I started with women. So they all look, and they were all dressed up like human beings. And they were in different postures. Some were sitting down and some were even kneeling down. So presently, if you go to the museum, you will find them there, and the museum is accessible. You can enter through Ilorin. It's just about 54 kilometers from Ilorin, but it's still closer to Omaran. So, at the same time, they have a zoo there close to the museum. The zoo, it has different type of animals, and also there's an hotel there, which means if you go to Esie town, you will not be stranded. Although they collect 500 naira as the gate fee, but foreigners, they collect more than that from foreigners. So foreigners do go there, people from different countries, people from locals, they also go there to appreciate God. From there, I want to move to Plateau State, Kerang Volcanic Mountain in Plateau State. It is located in Mangu area of Plateau State. This mountain is unique because of the fresh spring water that is coming out of the mountain. And this mountain, you would not believe that our normal swan water, they have their factory there. They source their water just from that spring water. So foreigners come in, locals too come in, people come in to appreciate the spring water that is being produced by nature. And the place is secured because it's very close to Air Force Barrack. And also there is the swan factory is there, which makes the place to be very secure. And when it comes to accessibility, the place is very easy to access. You can use your Google map, it will take you to the place, and it's also along the road. So from there, I'm sorry, due to the time my boss gave me, I want to make everything snappy. I want to move from there to Niger State, where we have the Zuma Rock Resort. Wow. Wow, wow. This resort is located inside the Royal Institute for Human Capital Development. I know most people will not be able to locate the resort because it's inside the institute, and they don't have a signage outside. The resort is very close to the rock. So I don't think it's up to a kilometer. So, which means from the resort, you can access the rock. So, and the resort rather, they have a lot of facilities and they have a lot of amenities. One of it is golfing. The place is good for golfers because the landscape, the terrace, the serene of the area, you enjoy the resort, because apart from the golf aspect of it, you can take from the resort, you can go to the Zuma Rock and you can hike the Zuma Rock. the last time I went to the resort, I was surprised. I was like, wow. So we have this type of thing in Niger State, a place that is very close to Zuma Rock. And it's also very close to FCT. And apart from the hiking aspect of it, they have a lot of facilities, which is the horse riding, because they have animals there, or they are not harmful. They have I think they have antelope, they have rabbits, they have horse, they have guinea fowl, and they have different type of animals. And apart from that, you can play with the animals, you can snap with them. Then apart from that, you can also swim there. You can also lodge there. They have 66 room facilities there. When I went there, I saw foreigners. I was surprised, and I was even trying to tell them that we don't have a signage outside. They told me they don't need any publicity. They are okay already. In fact, they are trying to look for accommodation people. So I was surprised, and from there I want to go to
She's having problems. Is it not Kurara? Unmute yourself so we can hear you. Unmute yourself so we can hear you. I want to hear your story to the end, because the places you're talking about, I've not been to some of them, so I'm curious. Be showing on that. I'm curious. I want to take on her. Unmute yourself. Just unmute. We want to hear you. Wow. Okay, because of time, I have to stop there.
Hello, sir. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sir. Sorry, there is a network issue. From there, I want to move to Gurara. I want to talk about Gurara because Gurara and Zuma Rock Resort, they are both in Niger State. So you can lodge in Zuma Rock Resort and at the same time visit Gurara Falls. I like Gurara Falls because it's my number one. And I want to share only my experience there. When I went there during this dry season, and I was welcomed with fish, different species of fish. And from there, the guide now took me down to the falls. When I got to the falls, it was actually a wow. I was able to snap there because of the rock formation, and there was sandy places there where you can actually cool down yourself, where you can actually do picnic, actually do whatever you like. If you can even have a sun bath there. I was able to hike the Gurara. You can't believe it. I went with a small boy and I hiked the place. So the hill. So I want you to visit Gurara, but my advice is this: if you want to go to Gurara, go during the dry season, because presently my staff that went to Gurara could not even enter. She could not enter the place due to the massive flow of water there. So from there, from Gurara, if you can do a package for your clients, maybe a 3 days package. After Gurara, the following day you enter FCT. You do the city tour. Then from the city tour, there's a place, a serene, in an inclusive environment, a serene environment. That's the name of the place is Blue Cabana. The Blue Cabana is a restaurant and cafe. It is located in Shehu Yaradua Way, Mabushi. The place is actually is very nice and is a place you can cook yourself. They have different type of cuisine. They have the local, they have the international cuisine. The day I went there, I went with my spouse anyway, and honestly, I really enjoyed myself. It was fun because we had different type of things, and they were all fresh. They will take your request and just do it immediately. So the place and they have a pool there where you can swim and also relax. They have a relaxation center there. And at the same time, they have event center there where you can do meeting, you can do your wedding, you can do your birthday. So I actually like Blue Cabana, and I'm recommending the place for you too. So thank you so much for your time. My boss, I hope I didn't use more than 10 minutes. And at the same time, I want to thank you for your determination to ensure that tourism in Nigeria blossoms. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you, madam. You did 11 minutes, so I need to clap for you. And you were able to share quite a lot.
Boss.
Now, there must be something you see at Gurara that you need to tell us about, so that when next I go there, I go at that particular point in time. So the excitement you showed when you talked about Gurara is something else. Now,
yes, I'm with you, sir. Hello, are you with me, sir?
Yeah, we can.
I was able to canoe ride. I was able to, they took us on a canoe. So we went through the whole place, although I was scared, but they calmed me down. So I love the fact that I was able to canoe ride, and during the rainy season, you may not be able to do that.
Okay. For me,
yes,
two
sir.
things you said that nobody has presented so far. Kerang Hills. Kerang Hills is amazing, and is a volcanic outcrop. Plateau State has the youngest rocks in Nigeria. They are all volcanic in origin. And Kerang is a place that a lot of those people who do hiking, who do adventure, a lot of people do that. And I'm happy you brought it up. It's a Plateau. The Plateau State government is listening to you, so they will do something about it. Zuma Golf Resort. I didn't know about Zuma Golf. I knew that Alhaji Dan Tata had the Zuma thing he was doing at the foot of the hill. I've been there more than once, but this one, I didn't know about this. I'm happy you said it's inside the institute. That's why quite a lot of people don't know, and you're bringing it up. So we'll go discover that. That would be amazing. Then your city tour of FCT that ends at Blue Cabana. A foreign airline in Abuja actually took me for lunch to eat there. So I can attest to the fact that it's a nice place to go, but it is not like a resort like the other people. It's a good location. Okay, say it's your muter. It's a good location. So I thank you for your presentation. Okay. And Esie Museum is one of the biggest and most important soapstone collections in the world. Yes. Because we don't take those things as serious. You go to China, you go to the Terracotta Army. But in Nigeria, we have something like that at Esie in Kwara State. But I think the fact that everybody is repeating it, we will give it attention. Those are also unique collections of miniature men. Maybe that was the height of the people in Kwara State then. I'm not saying so, I just said maybe. There are figurines, small size people, good collection, nice museum, and quite a lot of places to go around there. So thank you for that presentation, madam.
Thank you, boss. Thank you very much, sir.
And I like the energy and the excitement. I hope Niger State government will hear about this and put a toilet, not one, convenient at Gurara. Part of what we want to achieve with this project is to make sure there are conveniences at every tourism attraction. We're also asking sponsors to try and bring those things to place. So thank you. I want to call on Madam Ibiwari, Uloma, to please come on and share with us her own experience. Madam?
Yeah, I mean, how?
Okay. You're welcome.
Buddy, good afternoon, good morning. Where the center of Nigeria is. So that would be give you a picture moment for you to be able to say, I was here, at the center of Nigeria. Now, there is also a small hut. If you wanted to use the period, besides hiking and have an activity, you can have a picnic there. Spend 2 hours or 3 hours with your friend, bring in your suya man, or whatever snack you say you want to bring, you can use that. So that hut is there, which I think you can use. Now, the best time to go is rainy season, so it's quite slippery. And if you're afraid of heights and you're assessing it from the ASO radio entrance, avoid climbing the hill from the right-hand side of the hill. Stay either in the center or on the left. Now, when you assess from the gate of the ASO radio and you're driving, there are two ways. Either you park at the foot, or you get into the gate and then park at the first building, which is it means you're climbing up the hill. Oh yeah, that's me there. So it means you're climbing up. When you get to the first level, you park and then you walk up the hill. All told, it takes about 45 minutes to climb up to that spot. Now, what it does for you, it gives you a panoramic view of the city. You get the Aso Rock, and if it's a kind of cool day, you kind of see the cloud hanging around. So it gives you this sense of, achievement that you're able to climb the hill. So that is Katampe Hill, located at the center of Abuja, accessible from anywhere. Now, I'm going to take you on a hiking trail. This is still Katampe Hill, so I'm going to the next one. It's called the Stadium Hill. The Stadium Hill there are twin hills opposite the National Stadium in Abuja, and it's a very good site for hiking, very, very good site for hiking. So there is a popular destination there for families, Magic Land. So that hill is the hill, not the one closest to Magic Land, the next one on the left. All right, so you can easily climb that hill. It's good for hiking activities. It's either you go in a group or you join an existing hiking group and hike onto that point. A basic activity you can do there, again, is to hike on there, take picture moments, gives you opportunity to be able to see the town as well. Then you can also have camping activities there. Now, somebody may ask, is this safe? The answer I'm going to give is, how safe won't it be? Because you're climbing a hill. Whoever is going to attack you will also climb the hill. So it's accessible. It's something you can do in a group. Either you sleep overnight if you have the guts to do that, or you just visit just for the activity. All right. So I'm going to take you to another hill, but this hill, two of them, they have waterfalls, mini waterfalls, not as big as Gorara, but they are there, unexplored and need to be explored. One is in Karu. It's called the Karu Waterfall. It takes about 1.5 minutes from Abuja City to get to that waterfall. So when you get into Karu, the landmark is Bristol Academy. If you enter the road of Bristol Academy, it takes you to the road of the waterfall. So if you're driving or you're going in a group, you park your bus around the Bristol Academy and walk. I think it's about 20-30 minutes to be able to walk to the waterfall. It's not massive, but it gives you great picture moments. It gives you great picture moments. In fact, there are sometimes where when you stand where the water is coming down, you like extend your hand as if you're coming out from the rock and the waterfall. So it gives great picture moments for you. Then there are areas where you can also set up with your picnic, have picnic, and have fun, take pictures as well. It's not as voluminous as you would have if you compare it to Gurara, but it's there. And the thing is that people every Saturday you find people going there to experience the waterfall. That is Karo waterfall. I'm trying to see whether there's anything I missed out there. So basically, it's a place where you just go have fun, 1.5 minutes, 1.5 hours from city, and it's accessible and secure because you have the villagers around and they do go there to also have fun themselves. Now I'm going to take you across to Kubwa, which is like the opposite end of Abuja. All right. Now there is the Kubwa is a mountain stroke. Well, there's a waterfall. It is a range of mountains. There are various hills or mountains together. All right. So you have about 2 or 3 parts where water is flowing from the rocks. So it's called the Paze Mountains, where you have this waterfall. Again, it's about 1 hour to drive to Kubwa, or 1.5 hours thereabouts. Access from, if you're going from Kubwa to Suleja Expressway, is the very last right turn into Kubwa. When you get to Liberty Junction, you get any bag and tell them that you're going to Biazim village, Paze Biazim. So they will be able to take you there. Now, this is not really tricky, but you need to get yourself prepared. When you get into that place, you'll get some point where you park your car and you walk the rest of the journey. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on your pace and how you want to go about it. When you get there, you first of all climb up a mini hill, not very high, and then come down onto the waterfall. There are areas where you can set up for picnic, and there have been people who have done wedding photo shoots in this Paze waterfall. Very beautiful. Wedding photo shoots are something if you're intending to marry this year, you can explore that and go do that photo shoot, or anniversary shoot if you want that to be part of an experience you want to have. So what's
the name of the waterfall again?
Paze Mountain. So you have the waterfall coming from two opposite sides of the different rocks around the place. So it's not again the water. One of the water is not as large as the other one, but it provides the opportunity for you to have fun. On top of the rock, you can climb back up and set up your picnic area and still have fun, or come down and swim and have all the fun you can. So if you want to do Karo, you may devote only a day to Karo. You don't need to combine it with something else. It's almost like a full day. It will take you a half day, but if you're on the waterfall, you can as well have fun the whole day. All right, Paze Mountains Waterfall in Kubwa. Okay, so I'm going to take you back. I'll bring you back to the valley. This valley is also in the center of Abuja, which a friend of mine referred to as a city of innovation. So anything you want to see in Abuja, whether it's a quietness, whether it's a space, whether it's a less noise, you find it here. And this other place that I'm going to take you to will let you understand what I mean by that. It's called the Sarius Parlamento Botanical Garden. Sarius Parlamento Botanical Garden. The very first day I saw this garden, because I'm a nature person, I was amazed. All right. So it's situated on a 26 hectares of land in the center of Abuja, along the Ibrahim Babangida Boulevard in Maitama, just before the Republic of Mali Embassy. That's where you find this large, huge expanse of land. He has about more than 200 species of palms from different countries, more than 1,000 species of plants themselves. You find monkey, very first day I found monkey, I ran back into my car, but you find monkeys there. And then I hear that when they started, they used to find things like crocodiles, some of these animals, of course, which people around there have consumed as meat now. But it's set up like a conservation area to be able to, develop these plants and have this natural environment. It's very therapeutic and suitable for people in midlife who want to just cool out, cool down, go through nature, visit these areas, and then have a feel of taking a tour around the botanical garden. You have plants that have pharmaceutical companies can take to convert into beauty products like cream and whatever it is. In fact, I had a conversation with the owner. She said eucalyptus leaves, you can convert it and use it as oil, baby oil with the smell. So that's a very, very interesting bit of it. So lots of plants, lots of greenery, peaceful. So you have pockets of places where you can see. They also have facility for events if you wanted. But if you're someone that likes conservation, in fact, the Nigerian Conservation Foundation has an office there. They have an office there. Now, when you're done with Sarios Palmetto, by the way, which is the Sarios, according to the owner, is an abbreviation of initials. And then the palmetto is like a garden of palms, all kinds of palms, from Saika to fishtail to all of them. Those I haven't heard about before, you find all of those there. And they take you around each of those if you have the time to go through. And you will see monkeys waving at you or dancing around. Then when you're done with this nature, when you're done with the nature, you can end up at Cilantro. Cilantro is an Indian restaurant. Okay, I'm trying to see how I'm going to describe this. Situated in that natural environment. So you can decide to sit out or in. So you can cater for all kinds of clients, high-end, mid-end, whichever one you want. So that's the place to end your tour package, Cilantro. All kinds of cuisine. They have our local and a mixture of Indian and also continental. And you can do bouquet service, bouquet in terms of, food basket, where you don't have to order for one person. And it's a very, very interesting experience when you end up there. Do some of your packages to end up in Christmas. You're going to have fun in Cilantro to end your tour package. When you're done, they're booking you the next time for their holiday the next year. That's the guarantee I'm giving you when you bring your clients to Abuja. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if this is a lecture in geography. The other day we had a lecture in history. But today we did botany, we did zoology, we did quite a lot. But amazing. Abuja people, if you have been watching this, Abuja people seem to know places we don't know about. Quite a lot of secrets these guys are hiding. I think we need to bring a lot more of you out like this. And because we are finding things in Abuja we didn't know exist. FPT, takes this thing serious. You just moved around Abuja. Waterfall at Karu, another waterfall at Paze, and Katampe Hill, at least we heard about it, but you gave us how to get there. B-line, don't go to the left, don't go to the right, go this way.
Yes. Yeah.
But to me, the Sarios Palmetto, that is new.
Oh, you will love that.
Botanical garden of that size in Abuja,
you will love that.
No, I think this is amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And the secret of Abuja are coming out. Now we know why you don't play us anymore. So, which place is a place I need to go to? I thought I've been to the best arboretums, best botanical gardens in Nigeria, but this is amazing. 200 species of palms. That's something
over 200.
Over 200. So you talked about Katampe Hill, Stadium Hill, Karu, and the waterfall, Paze Mountain and the waterfall, Serious Palmetum, and the amazing collection. I like this. But cilantro, yeah, I've been there. Abuja Jabama 2018. An Abuja-based tour operator, CMD tours, Cisco, and Abetos. They gave us dinner at that place. We stopped at the gate and they carried you with, is it keke or something? They carried you with something to the place. And my Ghanaian guests were blown. The guy wrote a beautiful story in graphics in Ghana. You parked at the gates, they put us in the, I think it was keke or something he hasn't been on before. And they carried us to the restaurant. And there's a ravine behind with some rock embarkation. Beautiful place. See, most of us don't know Abuja that well. Those people who don't live in Abuja. And the stories of Abuja has not been told. So I'm happy that you, Olabaf, Namio, all our Abuja people are coming up with different versions of Abuja destination. I think we have to map it and do it well. So before we go to the next guest, which should be Dialla, I want to recognize our president, Oga Rabo Saleh, FTAM president. So you're welcome. And the Southeast president, our own one and only Lolo, Ngozi Ngoka, the MD of Hotel Ibis Royal Lagos, and our big boss, Mr. Kruger of Envoy Hotel Abuja, and our team, Ukraine, Eswatini, and Akwaba London, and Akwaba Lagos. We have seen everybody. We thank you for signing on today. So before we go to Dialla, we want to share some clips with you. Thank you. Just sit back.
Gay place, lovely place, beautiful ambience and hospitality. Ogay Place Hotels Limited, formerly Le Méridien Hotel, is a world-class hotel securely located in the heart of Port Harcourt in the new GRA. Have you tried the rest? Now come back to the best upper-scale hotel and be our special guest. Ogay Place Hotels, faithfully rebranded luxury suites, presidential, diplomatic, executive suites and deluxe apartments with free internet, a health gym, spa, conference and meeting facilities. Discover our amazing restaurant and bar for national and continental cuisines. Security at Ogay Place Hotels is world-renowned standard. Our service, our strength. Ogei Place Hotels Limited, 45 Tombia Street, GRA Port Harcourt, River State, Nigeria. For reservations, call 0803-555-1160 or +234-844-61770 or visit www.ogeiplace.com.
You're welcome back. For those who have been regular, we have the names and most of people who have attended all the webinars. There is going to be a quiz and a raffle, and we are going to choose 2 winners that will spend all expenses. That doesn't include airfare now, but we'll try and fix that at Ogei Place sometime in October or November. You will spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday in a suite. So that we are going to offer not too long from now. For those who have been regular, we are going to ask questions about who likes waterfall, who told us about 38 Islands, who took us to the first waterfall we know in Imo State, things like that. Just check your knowledge. And at the end of the day, we are going to announce winners, and they will enjoy a weekend and a suite at Ogei Place, formerly Meridian in Port Harcourt. Before we go to Dialla, I need to also take time to commend the states that are responding. We like the fact that we called out some states here, and the states are making efforts to improve. Osho State, Ekiti State, Cross River State, Plateau State, Taraba State, and some people in Kwara. We haven't seen what the government of Kwara is doing, but I know some particular people are doing. Oyo State actually went to Idere Hills over the weekend on a study tour. So we are making impact, we are getting people to see things differently. People ask the question, why is Nigeria not getting domestic tourism? It has to be a plan, it has to be a strategy. Some 3 years ago, Kenya started Tembaya Kenya. It's a domestic tourism circuit projection. This year, during COVID, Masai Mara, the migration of the birds, you saw of those wildebeest. You saw all the cars that turned up at Masai Mara. That is the response of a 3-year-long walk. South Africa have done short legs. And I'm sure by the time they open up South Africa, there will be some domestic tourism happening in South Africa, which is a reward for 3 years of work. So we cannot talk about domestic tourism if we don't do the work. So we are doing the work together as a family. And we hope that there will be a lot of rewards, but not just the destinations and tour operators, but for the nation. So I need to bring that up. And Enugu State, I need to also talk about Enugu State. I heard what they are doing. I hope it's not audio project. I hope it's real. Politicians can say things, and at the end of the day, we don't say it. I wanted to mention Imo, but I'll keep quiet. So I'll allow Dialla to come on now and share with us his own 10 minutes. Chibuikem, are you on? Chibuikem, Dialla, are you on?
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Fine, thank you. Good afternoon so much. Thank you to share with our people what's happening in Nigeria. Thank you so much for this whole vision. It's going to go further in Jesus' name. Okay, my name is Chibuikem Dialla. I work for ITEF. ITEF is International Authority on Tourism and Ecosystem Forum. I love it when it has to do with nature. And I'm going to share with you people from Abuja. I'm going to take you down to the Eastern Heartland, okay? And from, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, fine. I'm going to take you from Abuja to Delta State, which has been a home for me for quite a while. Then I'll move you from Delta down to the heart of the Eastern Heartland, so that you can all, as you leave Abuja, you start coming to Eastern Heartland. I'll start with my first destination, which is the highest point in Delta State, and it's called Mount Ned. Mount Ned is a beautiful destination that is 1,000 feet above sea level. Yes, 1,000 feet above sea level, and is the highest point in the other states. It's in Idumuje village. Idumuje is just about 30 minutes from Asaba, which is about the Asaba International Airport is just on the Benin Expressway. So 30 minutes from there, it takes you straight to Idumuju Uboko, which actually is on your way to Edo State off Onitsha Ubo Junction. Now, what is beautiful about this place? This place actually was set up by the husband of our own actress.
Mount Delta.
Yes, it's called Mount Delta actually, Mount Ned or Mount Delta. You know, it's set up by an individual called Ned Woko. But Delta State came up some time ago and identified it as one of the tourism sites in the state and named it Mount Delta. And you may wish to know that the owner of this place is the husband of our beautiful Regina Askia. You remember Regina Askia? Yes.
No, not Regina Askia.
Sorry, Regina Daniels. Sorry, Regina Daniels. Yeah, it's Regina Daniels. Yeah, so it's good to know. Now, this place is called Mount Ned. Yes. And I said it's 35 minutes to 40 minutes to from the international airport in Asaba. And you're welcome with the magnificent brown colored laterite walls. From the express, you drive straight in. You have this lush green on the left, lush green 9-hole golf course on the left. And it's always a sight to behold. And moving further, you see what they call Lily. That's the Lily House. The Lily House took about 10 to 12 years to complete. Only the ceiling alone took 3 years for the Moroccan builders to complete the ceiling of that particular house. Why? Because they used their hands to ensure that the finishings were done well. Your eye must be so excellent for you to see any particular fault on the roof of that building. Now, you also have just a tunnel there. You know, there's a tunnel that takes you up and takes you also right under it, you have a cave. So as you move into this building that you're seeing now, you probably will see an access that takes you down into a cave. And don't forget that the Ijuboko is actually like an ancient kingdom, and Prince Ned comes from a royal family. So he replicated that in that environment. Now you also have what called Olympic size swimming pool. That you just showed now. This minaret here represents the Egyptian minaret, just very close to the tunnel. And moving further, you will find that you have okay, I've shown this swimming pool. Please, can you move to the next picture?
No, lead us. Tell us where you're going now.
Okay, fine. Now, I mentioned the Lily House. Right in the Lily House, there's a picture you will see antiques that are up to 400 years old, right in that place. That's why one of the most beautiful things about that place is that the creator loves arts and nature. He picks antiques, and even the seat that is in that place, nobody actually sits on it because of the priceless nature of those seats, picked from Western to some African combinations and matched with some traditional Igbo and Delta kind of materials. This is the Lily House in front of you. Now, moving further too, you find out that you have some zoo. They have a zoo there. The zoo has animals like tortoise. They have tortoise. They have crocodiles. They also have snakes. Yes. They also have camels walking around the fields and stuff like that. The zoo actually is very good for children. Assuming you have children who want to see some animals in a beautiful environment. They have crocodiles, they have horses, they also have alligators, there are monkeys there. I remember when I went there, I saw monkeys, I saw tortoises and peacocks. As a matter of fact, the climate is quite mild, and it's both in Harmattan and in the rainy season. There's one other important thing about the Mount Ned. The place is mosquito free. You will also understand that the owner of Mount Ned is championing a free malaria for Africa and for Nigeria. But right here in this Mount Ned, you will not find any single mosquito. So it's good for you, assuming you want to come to Mount Ned and you want to experience the place, be sure you're not going to be bitten by any form of mosquito, whether outside or inside the house. That has been proven, and that is right. The tunnel gives you an opportunity to be able to go further and see other parts of the environment, the landscape and stuff, you know, like that. Did you show any of the zoo? Can we have any of the animals shown? The picture of the zoo, the animals.
Go ahead, your time is running.
Okay, okay, fine. Let me move to the next one then. Can we go to Crystal Lake then?
Tell us where we are going to.
Yes, we're going to Crystal Lake.
Just call the place we are going to. Turn off there.
Oh yeah, let's move from Delta to Crystal Lake. Yes, thank you. This is a Crystal Lake Resort, Ubuta. You know, a lot of people usually talk about Ubuta Lake and the government abandoned properties there, but they forget there is a beautiful destination just across the Ubuta Lake. Now, getting to the other side of Ubuta Lake, you'll find a beautiful edifice constructed on a 53-hectare property, you know, called Crystal Lake Resort and Tours, Ubuta Lake. Massive place, massive site, massive destination. I mean, it's something to behold that this is found in the Eastern Heartland. And don't forget, Ubuta Lake is actually in Imo State, and this property is existing. It's been opened a few months ago, and a lot of guests are coming. It has so much to experience. From that you have different kinds of flora and fauna that welcomes you when you're coming from the gates. In fact, the experience from the gates gives you this feeling like you're in a different whole world. It keeps you away from this whole country. It makes you feel like you're not here, as a matter of fact, because right from that gate, you have peace. In this era of COVID-19, it's a beautiful place to go and sit down and talk to nature, relax, and have this feeling. Now, moving in forward is you find out that it takes you through to, of course, beautiful accommodations. You can practically wake up in the morning and go fishing. You can fish by the river, by the lake there. You just wake up as I want to go fishing, or you want to go jet skiing, or you want to go on a boat cruise. They have a beautiful boat cruise at Crystal Lake. The boat cruise at Crystal Lake takes about 28 people at the same time. You could have your dinner there. Sorry, you could have your lunch. You could have your wedding party for a few persons. You could have your birthday party on the cruise. The cruise takes you to the conference. Now, we have speakers here who have spoken about the conference, the Urashi and the Ubuta Lake Conference. That is on the other side, close to the Ubuta Lake that the government owns. But this one, you have a boat ride to that. And it takes you just about a few minutes to go there and turn back. So the Ubuta Lake is a beautiful place to be. You can have a perfect group tours or group trips. Take your friends from the office, take a trip from family, go there, a beautiful recreational area for children, for families. They also have a beautiful event hall that can take up to 1,000 persons, So the whole package for Ubuta Lake is simple. When you are tired, when you are feeling exhausted, when you want to relax, when you want to take family away, when you want to discover adventure, I mean, this is the place because you have everything. They have quad bikes here, they have jet ski, and they have practically every thing that you can use to, excel, as a matter of fact, and feel a lot better. And of course, there is safety and security in the place. At the entrance, you find a police post, which gives you that sense of security. And generally speaking, Imo State is very safe. Ubuta is actually very safe. The environment is actually calm. It's very welcoming because you can't even have tourism without the people. The people around here are so, awesome. They're so welcoming. My personal experience there showed me the level of comfort, the level of attention, that they give out as a matter of fact. The distance from the junction, which is Mbidi Junction, if you're coming from Onitsha, is about 1 hour. If you're coming from Owerri, the airport is also about an hour. From Owerri town itself is about 30 minutes or 35 minutes. Not really, the road is not so bad. Just at a point, just at Mbidi Junction, at a short distance, you have a little bit of hitch, but that's not a problem. Security is cool, and I guarantee you that this is going to give you that perfect getaway experience after COVID-19 and beyond. Now, I will take you forward to a natural. Okay, I forgot to mention there's also a golf course. They have an 18-hole golf course. I mean, seriously speaking, 18-hole golf course, beautifully perfected, aesthetically finished. that gives you that ambience, that feeling, that relaxation for you to go for a sporting ride from anywhere, any part of the country or the world. Now I take you moving forward to the next destination, which is nature itself. You know, it's called the Lagwa monkey colony. Lagwa is in Urashi. It's about 35 to 40 minutes from Owerri. You get to the Enugu junction. From the Owerri airport, it's about 15 minutes or thereabouts, not more than 20 minutes, because we were flying a drone in Rava and they were pointing us to the fact that there's an airport very close by. So it's about 15 to 20 minutes from the Owerri airport. And from Nwanya, it should be an hour from Nwanya to Lagwa. So it's actually a distance you can get to. Now, these monkeys are traditional, what they call the Lagwa totems. They've been there for ages. Nobody can claim or really say when they came, but there's a story around it, and I think I want to share that story. Many years ago, a man had his wife who was pregnant in that village, and the man goes to work, but each day he goes to work, the wife is pressured like she's in labor pains and nobody there to help her. She has this feeling of hopelessness, and somehow these monkeys will be watching the woman. At some point, they will get food and give to her. So she eats the food, they provide some form of comfort for her while her husband was away. It happened the first time, the second time. This story was told by Kasimia. Kasimia is the son of the Prime Minister of Lagwa, Kasimia Oswago actually. He has done a study on the Lagwa community and the Lagwa monkeys. So he said this particular woman kept on, having this experience from these monkeys. At the point, she had to call her husband and say, look, there are some monkeys that come and help me each time they go away. They help me with my pregnancy, they provide food for me, and they ensure that I'm safe. And the man said, if a monkey can do this, then how then will we kill such a monkey? He now placed an order and said nobody should ever touch any of these monkeys. So in the Lagwa community, you find these monkeys moving about within the community. They're everywhere around the community, especially before now, until some level of human activities started, construction started coming, activities, deforestation started taking place. They are still in the community. And for me, I think, Mr. Kechi, this is an opportunity for us to say, how do we preserve the Lagwa, monkey? It's a scatter species and one of the only rare species in Nigeria, found only in Lagwa. I think they've said one of them is found in somewhere in Akwa Ibom or Enugu State, but this is confirmed to be in Lagwa. You can't find this anywhere else. So I think there's going to be a plan, which I think we also want to be part of, to ensure that these, totems are preserved for people, for our kids, for generations to come. And I think they need to be preserved. And they're going to provide a lot of, revenue for the community, for the people, and for everyone around us. So the Lagwa monkey colony is beautiful. You can go, it's safe, the community is welcoming. We had a very beautiful welcome from the leaders of the community. They have someone who takes you around, shows you the monkeys. So it's a beautiful place to go to. But beyond that, there needs to be a reasonable effort to ensure that these particular species are preserved. Okay, moving forward, my time is going. I want to take you to another site in Imo State called Urashi Waterfall. Urashi Waterfall, a lot of people have spoken about the Urashi Confluence, which is in Uguta Lake. People have spoken about Urashi in Okija, in Ebwema, in River State. The interesting thing about this is that the source of this river that empties into the Atlantic Ocean comes from Imo State, in Dikenafai. It's actually at Ezama, in Dikenafai, in Imo State. In Imo State. Now, this is the source of this very powerful water. In the olden days, you dare not look up on this the waterfall. They say the gods will pour sand into your eyes, but these days it has actually reduced. But it was a very mysterious. It's a very mysterious river. This is the shrine. This is the river source where the Okija people come from Okija to perform their yearly sacrifice, because this is the source of the river that goes through almost 18 communities and empties into the Atlantic Ocean. Now, it's also the Urashi River that has a confluence at Uguta. I remember Bella Maria talking last week about the husband and wife, two different people actually. So the Urashi is a strong river source, and it has a waterfall. Now, there's also another interesting thing here that makes it a major tourism site. Those ropes you're seeing are where the waterfalls are coming from. But if you climb up to the other side of the hill, you will never see the source where the river is coming from. That's a mystery. And another thing is that every 31st of December, it changes clothes. What that means is that every 31st of December, these ropes are replaced with another ropes. Nobody knows why they are replaced or who replaces them. But if you are watching it every December, by midnight, it changes. The color of the water changes. And at that same time, this rope is exchanged with another rope. But you can never find who went up there to change the rope. So it's more like bringing in a form of refreshment every year. And it attracts a lot of people coming to that place to see what's happening there. Also, Urashi has seen as a source of healing, you know, for those who want to go for spiritual or religious kind of tourism. Urashi is the place, because they told us when we went there that whatever, that because we are strangers, whatever we ask at that point, we will get it, whatever we desire. But of course, we really didn't desire anything, Sha. We just came as tourists. We didn't make any, we didn't ask the gods anything actually. But for those who are interested in going there, because there's a lot of healing that has been attributed to that particular place. Now, what about access? It's directly on the road, very close to the road. Now that's the step. The steps you're seeing here were built just before the war by white men. Because of the interest that Urashi was generating, if you go to the internet, you see that a lot of educational research has been done, but actually none has actually been implemented, which is why I feel that what the Nigeria project is doing is going to help to project these things. A lot of massive research, because Urashi is a major economic hub. In those days, it was actually a waterway for production, for conveying of goods and material, because there's a long river that enters into the Atlantic Ocean. Now, these steps were built by the white, 54 steps. If you count them, they are 54 in number. Now, they got to the 54th step before the war broke out. And as soon as the war broke out, they couldn't complete it up onto the road. But that can also be concluded at this time. The steps are still there, very strong, very accessible. The community tries to maintain it, even though if we're going to look at making it to become a major tourism hub, it has to go beyond the community, because deforestation has come in from a part of the environment and has actually led to some form of erosion and flooding, and that will require some reasonable amount of investment to be able to reduce that. Now, I said before, it's very accessible. The community people are very friendly. They were willing to tell us the stories, and they showed us around. And I'm sure, I didn't mention the cave. Right under this place, there's a cave. We couldn't go into the cave because it was bushy. Like I said, it wasn't really maintained. There's a need to that cave. They told us that the cave goes round into the community. For times of war, they pass through there and escape to the other side of the town. So there's a major cave that they couldn't determine the length of the cave. And we saw that there's a need to further look into that cave and see how we can, move that forward.
I have to stop you here. Okay. You've done 19 minutes.
Seriously.
But amazing story, an amazing delivery. The passion was there, and you gave us information that is also new to me. I didn't know Urashi started from Imo State, thereabout. Urashi is the second popular river that they have that joins at Ukuta Lake. Yes. With Ojali. And also, I heard it has like 5 confluences before it gets to the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, but this is amazing. I didn't know the source of River Urashi is there. I wonder why Nigerians use the sources of rivers for spiritual things. Source of River Ethiopia, now source of River Urashi. I'm hearing about the Okija connection, but anyway, that's Nigeria, and that's who we are. So, but there's something I need to also point out. You talked about the Lagwa monkey settlement. Yeah, that's the Scletus guenon. The Scletus guenon is the white-throated, and it's found in 3 places in Nigeria. It's found in Delta State. You can see at Okomu. It's found in Imo, and it's also found in Akwa Ibom, near the Ibino. Madam Shalom talked about it the last time, about the monkey place, and is endemic to Nigeria. It's found one of the 10 animals that are found only in Nigeria. I'm going to do another quiz to ask people to tell me the other 9 animals that are found only in Nigeria and nowhere else in the world. Scletus guenon is one of them. It's a rare kind of monkey. Now, Mount Ned, I've been there. I was actually there before he built it. he has a brother called Demas, one of the greatest architects Nigeria has seen. Demas has a house not too far from there, built on wood, that has different architectural themes, Bini, Onitsha, and the rest of them. And I knew the day I was coming from Ned Demas' house, we met Ned coming, and he stopped and he said something, I'm going to build something bigger than what you have. Because I came on a tour of the 17 local governments of Delta. It was a photo expedition, and he has pulled it. I was there some years ago. There are funny stories about it. But people are asking now, how accessible is Mount Ned to the public? There is no accommodation within. There is a hotel, not a hotel, there is accommodation some few minutes away from there. So people want to know how easy it is for them to bring people to Mount Ned, if they can stay there. Those are discussions that we can do after this. Then Crystal Lake, Uguta, I thank you for that. I was angry with my people that all the beautiful pictures I saw, they poured by.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, we didn't see most of them. But I didn't know there was a resort of that magnitude at Uguta Lake. All the pictures we have seen of Uguta Lake is the Imo hotel stuff. And this is something that needs to go global. That now at Uguta Lake, there is a world-class resort with a water park, with a jetty, with lots of things to see. I've seen those pictures and they're amazing. So Crystal Lake, thank you, whoever is behind it. We've been asking people to put facilities, and this has been done. So this was a very good revelation. Mount Ned, Uguta Lake with the Crystal Park, and the Lagwa Monkey, and the Urashi, not a waterfall, but the source of, okay, you can call it a waterfall for the sake of it, we are looking for waterfall. So we are compiling a list of all the waterfalls in Nigeria. We've done more than 65. Somebody said there were 50. No, we've actually accumulated a list of more than 60. But that's what we are out here to do. Put together these informations you're putting out and let the world know about it. So your storytelling is amazing. I'm sure you see Dane say something about it. And I like the new expo. So for the Imo people, Lolo, Bella Maria, Obina, all those talking about Uguta Lake, now you have a resort by Uguta Lake. So we thank you for that. I'm going to go quickly to Njetos. Anago, we are keeping you for last, right? I know your stories are amazing. Anago is one of the best tour guys in Nigeria, so you have to wait to hear him. So I'll go to Njetos, one of the biggest success stories of tourism tour operation. Young girl who some years ago, few years ago, and she has exploded. So I'm proud of her. So Tina, are you ready for us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Tina, you can start now. And please, let's try and keep in time. We want to close early today so people can go. Okay, go ahead, Tina.
Okay, sorry for going off and on. We actually have an emergency. But anyway, we're trying to sort that out.
Okay,
so we have
person, so you can come in after.
Yes, please.
Okay, so step out and come back, eh?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anago, mute yourself.
Can you? Yeah.
Okay.
You can hear me now.
Yeah, in Ghana, they call Nigerians Anago. So it's because of you and your family. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Badagry. I'd like to talk about Badagry, Takwa Bay, and Abeokuta, if time permits. We call Badagry the alluring Badagry. And what makes us call Badagry the alluring Badagry is because you keep coming back. Either you like it or not, something will keep bringing you back into Lagos, into Badagry. Okay, now talking about accessibility to Badagry. Badagry is very, very accessible. Okay, from the airport, we have helicopter pad where you can actually land your helicopter in Badagry. Now, another thing that is good for us is the waterways. For some time, the road have been terrible, but we give it to the government that are really working day and night to make sure the roads are in perfect condition. But the waterway have given us an alternative, okay? And the role of the waterway is that it helps to decongest the road. So if you want to come to Badagry by the water, it's in fact right now it is highly developed. Different type of boats, ferries, etc. are coming into Badagry. And then when you eventually get to Badagry, the people are very, very helpful. Okay, the people are very helpful. There are signages around to show you the different sites and attractions that we have in Badagry, and the people will help you for you to get to the location. Security. Badagry is a very safe place. Badagry is relatively very safe. And when I say Badagry is relatively very safe, the reason why I'm saying that is because it is safe. We have what we call community policing. Everyone in Badagry is a security person. And we have good relationship with the cops, with the police, good relationship with the military. In fact, there are more than, there are 2 military barracks in Badagry. We have the Navy barracks too. Operatives, the people very conscious of the safety of our people, of the safety of people who come to Badagry. Badagry is a tourist destination, and there are so many sites in Badagry that people know. But I would like to state categorically here that when people come to Badagry, what they come to experience is not all that Badagry has so many sites in Badagry, but nobody is really take visitors on Badagry. Very, very great. So for security, Badagry is very, very great. And let's give it to Lagos State government for the Light Up Lagos project. The Light Up Lagos project helps us a lot because some unusual places that are usually dark at night, right now, everywhere is lit up. So you don't have any cause for alarm here in Badagry. So for security, Badagry is a safe haven for any visitors who want to come to Badagry. Okay, what to see in Badagry? Let me start by saying that the ecotourism in Badagry is huge, and some people today are now opening up to the potentials of ecotourism, and people are actually coming to Badagry to explore ecotourism. And so many things that people don't know. For instance, around 2016, a lady called me from the University of Lagos that she wanted to do a research. And the title of our research was Sustainable Use of Mangroves on the Riverine Zone of the Badagry Lagoon. And I told her that, I'm sorry, that in the Badagry area, there are no mangroves, but there are mangroves across, we will have left about 5 to 6 villages before we begin to see mangroves. And she said, no, that the book she read, that there are mangroves. I said, well, it is good for you to come and see the mangroves yourself. So eventually she came to Badagry, she hired a boat, and we were on a tour looking for mangroves. And she was so surprised that we crossed more than 4 villages before we eventually found mangroves. And she was amazed that what happened to the mangroves. And as a result of that, I created what I call mangroves tours of Badagry, Badagry mangrove tours and safari boat tours. As a result of that experience, you can come to Badagry, and on the water, I begin to take you around to show you where we now have mangroves. And communities now know the essence of the mangroves. But how come that the mangroves that used to be in the Badagry area are no more? It was because people were cutting them for firewood. And it's a belief that when you use mangrove fire, as firewood for, to smoke your fish, that it gives the fishes some golden color and it makes them attractive to the customers. What I'm trying to say in essence is that the ecotourism that we have in Badagry is huge. You can come to Badagry, explore different villages on a boat. And in fact, there are times that when we get to certain villages, you will come down and you'll be received by the ballet or people on the axis, and there we give you our own local drink. And if you really want to stay long, we can organize cultural performances for you. And you eat our food, you meet the people, meet new people, make new friends. And for the business conscious people, you begin to look around and see what you can come back and do. It's one of the reasons why we call Badagry the alluring Badagry. What else can you see in Badagry? Don't forget that Badagry is a border town, okay? On the other side, Ogun State is on the other side, Benin Republic is also, and the Atlantic Ocean, okay, is down south. And the culture, you begin to experience a diverse culture. You begin to experience the culture of West Africa. You see people from different places here, and it is an opportunity for you to come back during our festivals in Badagry. The festivals we have a Zangbeto festival where you come experience the Zangbetos in Badagry. We have the Egungun masquerade. We have the Gelede here in Badagry. We have the Agunke Coconut Festival, whereby you begin, there we exhibit the beauty of Badagry coconut. In fact, in the 80s, when we were young, when they talk about coconut, in fact, in uptown Lagos, they describe people's head with Badagry coconut. Now, what other things can you see here in Badagry? There's so much to see here in Badagry. We have what is called Agasapo Ekpo. Agasapo Ekpo Shrine is somewhere in Ajara. And in that place, you need to come and visit us during one of our festivals, especially during the Badagry Diaspora Festival. You need to come where we exhibit some of these cultural experiences for people to come and have here in Badagry. Agasapo Ekpo is an opportunity for the voodoo adherents here to gather and showcase the potentials that they have in Badagry. Now, there's a place that people call Berefu, Point of No Return Island. It is very wrong for you to call that place an island. It is not an island. It is a peninsula. An island is a piece of land surrounded by water. Where we call Berefu, or that people call the Point of No Return, is a peninsula. Please take notice of that. And when you get to Berefu, or the Point of No Return, apart from the slave route, there's a village there called Ilaje Fishing Village. When you get to Ilaje Fishing Village, it's an opportunity for you to see how these fishermen do their trade. And what is unique about them, when visitors come, when I take tourists there, what amazes them is that they see a lot of young people together. As soon as a boat bets at the shore, all the youths will help the boat to come to shore. They help them in getting their fishes down from the boats. And you begin to wonder, how did these guys get paid? You see, when you get there, you begin to imagine how our ancestors were doing their things. Because we have what we call community cooperative. Community business, community cooperative is what is still going on at Ilaje Fishing Village, there in Badagry. You need to come and see things. In fact, recently, an NGO came from Akwa Ibom by the name of a Standard for Environment Restoration Initiative. They came. The essence of their coming to Badagry is to see if Ilaje Fishing Village is good for what they really want to do. What do they want to do? They are fishing nets in the Atlantic Ocean. They are fishing nets at the shores. But when you go to fish and you lost your fishing net in the water, the duty of the fishing net is to help you catch fishes. But when you lost them in the sea, They are still doing that particular function of catching fishes. But this organization want to help us take these fishing nets from the sea. So one of the advantage is that they help us to train tour guides and to train what they call divers. Okay, I train tour guides. They help us to train divers. Okay, they are coming back to train 2 divers whose duty will be to go underneath the water to help us to restore those fishing nets. And they will also employ 2 people from Ilaje fishing village to help them collect nets that are no more in use, because what we think is a waste is actually could actually be reproduced for certain things, because we are made to understand that some of these things that we don't value, we can use them to make certain arts and crafts. You can use them to make shoes. You can use them to make bags, etc. Ilaje Fishing Village is one of those things that you come and experience cultural and ecotourism. In fact, the community have planned and they've started working on building ecologies. We have 2-star hotel in Badagry. There are 3-star hotels in Badagry. We have B&B. There are boardings, there are hostels, there are guest houses, but there is the agitation for ecologies. And Ilaje Fishing Village is taking that course to build eco lodges here. And another place that you need to visit in Badagry that people don't really know about is that there's a place called the Catholic Ruins. The Catholic Ruins, and you'll find the Catholic Ruins at the place that we call Topo. Now, the Catholic built that settlement in the 1870s. And unfortunately, some events took place and they have to leave. But the place is very massive. And you'll be so surprised that we have such archaeology in the Badagry area. It's a place that you need to come and visit. And I would like to talk about sustainable tourism. In 2009, Badagry sustainable tourism to Nigeria. And the project was to go, the project was established in about 11 countries in Africa, 11 or 9 countries in Africa. And you see, Nigeria is so fortunate that we have a lot of tourism potentials here, that in Nigeria, they have to choose 2 places, Badagry and Calabar. And they realize that because of their budget, they cannot choose 2 places. So they have to streamline either to choose Calabar or Badagry. Eventually, Badagry was chosen as the site of the Coast Project. What is the meaning of the Coast Project? It's called Collaborative Action for Sustainable Tourism. Collaborative Action for Sustainable Tourism. Now, the Collaborative Action for Sustainable Tourism taught us that what we have in our environment, we can use it to sustain us, to sustain ourselves economically. And it was a very, very great time here in Badagry. And a lot of trainings went on and on and on. So what other things can you see here in Badagry? There are so many things to see in Badagry. I cannot stop without talking about this slave route project. There's guidebooks. It's not really what you can, it's not the only thing you can find in Badagry. Somebody once asked me, Anago, in Badagry, can we have a 1-week itinerary? I say, of course, yet. We have the Badagry people there, and they learn how to make tea mugs. When you take your coffee at home, you take your tea at home, you make use of the tea mug. How do they make it? Here in Badagry, we have the pottery center where you can be taught how to make tea mugs, where you can be taught how to make jug, where you can work with clay and bring about any design that you want. There are so many things for you to find here in Badagry. What Badagry have to offer is much more than what you read in guidebook. And another thing I would like us to know, in Lagos Island, we have the Brazilian quarters, where we have Brazilian architectural buildings. In Badagry, there are also Brazilian architectural buildings, great architectural buildings. But the difference between Badagry and Lagos Island is in Lagos Island, we're actually built and owned by returnees, by Black people who return from Cuba, from Brazil, from Sierra Leone, and other places. But the ones in Badagry are different because they were actually built by rich merchants here in Badagry. What they did was that they of Brazilian returnees who could actually build such Brazilian architectural structures in Badagry. That is why in Badagry, those houses are owned by names from here. But when you go to Lagos Island, maybe you go to the Brazilian area in Wida or in Port Novo or in Accra in Ghana or in the Elmina area in Ghana, those names, the names of those owners are Brazilian or Portuguese names. But in Badagry, the owners of those houses, their names are local names. They are our own name. So I want us to really understand that. So a tour of Brazilian architectural buildings in Badagry is another thing some people also come to enjoy here in Badagry. Around 2010, I created what we call Badagry Town and City Tour. I created Badagry Town and City Tour around 2010. And the essence of the Badagry Town and City Tour was for people to have an idea of what Badagry is all about. You come to Badagry, we use Kekemara, and at times I use Okada. You know, some people will come in big cars, I make them park their big cars somewhere. And I have guys that, because tourism is actually to create business opportunities for people, especially when we're talking about sustainable tourism. So they'll park their cars and we employ services of Kekemara and Okadas, depending on their numbers, okay? So the Kekemara will take them around the town and it's easy for them to come down from the Kekemara, unlike when they drive in big cars. So when they come down, it's easy for them to relate. There was a case of some visitors who came before COVID-19, and we were on a Badagry tour and a Badagry town and city tour, and they go to a place, and the woman and her children, the kids, they came from abroad, and they have never taken sugarcane on the street before. And they stopped and they bought sugarcane, and the children have never negotiated. They don't even know how to price. They don't know how to negotiate. So their mother from the Kekemara, they came down from the Kekemara, and the children, their mother asked them to price the sugarcane and corn. Okay, no, the sugarcane. And the children were pricing. They have never done that in their life before. Okay, so that is what tourism will do. So Badagry Town and City Tour is an opportunity for you to have a total experience about Badagry, okay? So much. So when you come, we take you around Badagry Town. The roads are tarred, very, very accessible. You know, you meet the people, friendly people who will be willing to take pictures with you, and you can actually buy things from them, okay? So the Slave Route Project, one of the importance of the Slave Route Project is that it's an opportunity for Black people in diaspora to come. I've taken thousands of Black people in diaspora who want to learn the heritage, who want to learn enslaved history. And Badagry is a podium, okay? And from Badagry, we take them to other places in Lagos, okay? And we take them to Abeokuta, etc. But you see, when you come to Badagry to learn slave history, I want you to have done your own research, because what we have here is not for you to come and somebody is telling you this is an umbrella used in exchange for so amount of human beings. This is a plate. What you must make your own research so that you ask concrete questions. That is when the tour will become very, very interesting. okay? And the slave route tour opens our eyes to the benefits of our descendants in diaspora, that is our brothers and sisters coming home to West Africa, because for the fact that we have the slave route in Badagry, a lot of them want to come, and it's an opportunity because a lot of them today have done their DNA. So Badagry is an avenue for them to go into the interland and learn the story from our own point of view. When you go to some people, they'll be telling you enslaved history that they read in books. But when you come to Badagry, it's an opportunity for you to hear the true narratives from the African point of view. Most of this slave history that people hear are not from African point of view, are not from our own point of view. But when you come to Badagry, it's an opportunity for you to see some of these things. And I would like to go to Abeokuta right now because the slave history tour extends to Lekki in Lagos.
Okay, you have done 20 minutes. Wait, let's see if Tina is ready. She will come on. If not, you will continue. Is Tina ready for us so that we can finish with her? I'll come back to you. I'm interested in your story. You know, you are giving.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, Tina. So we'll come back to you. Tina, come on. You did 20 minutes already, but you have an amazing story. So Tina, I see you're smiling now.
Hey. Good afternoon, everybody. For the presentation, where I like to explore, I don't know if a whole lot of you have heard about it, Makati Beach in Delta State, and also Abraka Beach Resorts. Why I chose this destination because they remind me of Mauritius. And since Mauritius has that white sand beachy sensation, how will I even put it? Yeah, so this same beach resort has it. I was so surprised. I was on a trip. I said, okay, fine, let me go and explore the Niger Delta. Let me even find out what is this thing that people are saying about the Niger Delta, if it is true or not. I just stumbled upon it, and then from PTI Junction, I took a napep to Abraka, and from Abraka, I had to ask them if they know about Makati Beach Resort because I had to Google it prior to me going there, and they said yes, as if it's a popular destination for people around there. So we got there. I was so surprised, and I found out that wow, so this kind of place even existed in Nigeria. Not to talk of Delta State, because I was hearing so many negative things about Delta State, but I was so surprised. On getting there, I can find that their sands are not like the regular ones. The sky is actually bluer than even what we even have in Lagos. And families can come to this place, friends, they have them lodge that you can actually go to. It is very, very secured, very, very safe. The security there, even before you can even be allowed into it, it's just like your Whispering Palm in Lagos, because they have day visitors as well. You can come in for a day, have your party there, go on a boat ride, go on a canoe ride if you want that. And the water there is very, very clean, very, very clean. I can tell. You can even see yourself there. So now I was like, wow, is this thing actually in Delta State? I had to ask very well, are you sure I'm in Delta State? Are you sure I'm in Abraka main town? And then they said, yes, you're in Abraka main town. So Makati Beach in Abraka is a very lovely place. If you want to get out of the noise, out of the stress of Lagos State, you can actually go to Delta State. And the beautiful thing about it is from Lagos, you can connect via road. Yes, since the airports are not open yet, you can connect via road. You can even enter Agofure, not like I'm doing adverts for them, but at least Agofure will take you to PTI Junction because they have a park there. And you can lodge inside of a Makati Beach Resort. Just when you get to PTI Junction, you just take a napep. It's a 1 hour drive from PTI Junction to Abraka. 1 hour, 30 minutes there, but there's no traffic. So you just get to Abraka. From Abraka, you just take a napep that will take you down to Makati Beach Resort. If you don't want to be lodged there, because their room starts from 7,000 naira. If you don't want to be lodged there, you can actually go as a day visitor. have your party. There's also a pool side to it. Have your party, have your weekend getaway in Makati Beach Resort. That is one. Then two, there's also the Abraka Resort itself. The Abraka Resort itself. You have a Rivotel Hotel inside it. Yeah, Abraka Resort itself. That one, you have your coconut grove, like you have also in Mauritius. You also have the white sandy beaches as well. The water that connects or that pass through the Abraka Beach Resort is River Etio. The water passes through the Abraka Beach Resort. It's actually a very, very nice resort for you to relax. And inside, the people can also swim in the river. But because of the fact that, yes, this is Abraka Beach Resort. This is Abraka Beach Resort. Because of the fact that it's a river that links the water to this resort, there's a place that they marked that you can't extend to. You just be seeing that it is a very, very close wire. You can actually see yourself. You can even dip your leg inside. It's nothing. But going further, you know that it's very, very deep. You don't even have that one. If you go there, you're on your own because there's nobody that can rescue you there. So in Delta State is actually a very lovely state. Though I'm not from Delta, but I just have to do a research because I've been hearing so many negative things about it. So I said, let me do a research on Delta, and I stumbled upon Makati Beach Resort and then Delta Abraka Beach Resort. The Rivotel Hotel is also situated in Abraka Beach Resort. Yes, you can find it. Towards this, where you have the pole, towards the side that the canoe is, that place is very, very deep. You can even see the river. The river Etop is the one that connects, the water connects through the side where they are actually showing presently. The water connects through the side. So you have to be very, very careful. If you're not a good swimmer, please do not even attempt to. Just go to where the pool is if you're not a good swimmer. Because as little or as, how will I even put it? You seeing yourself, you thinking that, okay, fine, this thing is not very deep. It's actually very, very deep. Very, very deep. And it's one beautiful thing about it because it is nature. You'll be hearing the winds blowing. If you're a picture lover, this is a very good spot for you to go and take your pictures and celebrate with friends and all that. And yes, one other thing again that you love about this beach is because they serve the local delicacy, which is the starch and the owo soup. I call it yellow. That's in my own term because the starch is yellow and then the soup is yellow. So for you to have that nature feel, to feel among the Niger Delta people, please go to Delta, go to Abraka, where you have the Makati Beach or where you have the Abraka Beach Resort itself. And then one other thing again that I had to add, if you are in Lagos or maybe you just say you don't want to go far, you can also explore Badagry. Like Anago has already said, Badagry has so many lovely things to experience. One thing that normally takes me to Badagry is the boat ride. As it is the boat ride. You can see the distance from the starting point to the finish line, because if you would think that at Badagry, when you just cross the boat ride, it's just a 5-minute walk. It's not a 5-minute walk. Oh, you will walk for a very long time. Something that even bikes has to take people there. So don't think, if you're not a very good athletic, or if you're not very fit, please don't even cross over the other side that has to do with the boat ride. Just explore the museum, the 4-story building. But if you want to really go far and be sure, if you're saying, okay, if you're going about Badagry Beach and all that, then you can take the boat ride. So that is what really has been wanting me to do. Yes, explore. If you got the last time that we had tourists that came in from the States, after them that please, they have to explore the boat ride and then go and see the beach beyond this other part. So that is another thing again. They even found it very interesting. I was even surprised that part of the tourists, they were even crying when they saw that, okay, fine, when they went to the 4-story building, when they saw the missionary stool where he sat down, and then they saw they call it the miracle well. Let me put it like that. They were also very amazed. They had to take water from the well because we have the saying that what you believe in works for you. So they were also very amazed. They were like, wow, is this what we went through? One of the lady had to go as far as, okay, fine, they want to explore they want to experience the feel of the chains round their neck. I even said, let me experience it. Yeah, let me know so I will not try it again. But that day I was not finding it very funny when I go home. So there are so many things that you experience. Yeah, this original sport, the slave trade attenuation well. One thing about this thing is they will say if you as a slave during the time of the slave trade era, now once you drink from this well, you forget yourself. So the whole thing about this, when we got there, fine, the water was not very clean. If not, we would have tried it and then let's see if actually it will work. Because as a tourist, you need to, even though they say this is what it is, you still have to experience it and then make sure that it is true. And I'm not saying if you go, you have to drink from the well, because the water is not clean now. But even the water is clean, we would also want to try and drink from it. So I think Anago will explain better on that, if actually it will work on us now than it was before. But so my 3 best spots for you to visit in Nigeria: the Badagry Slave Trade Center, Makati Beach in Delta State, Abraka Beach Resort. Those are the places for you to go out of the noise and the stress of Lagos State, for you to also commune with nature, dine with nature and all that. So those are the little things I have to say.
Okay, Tina, let me tell you why I find your own presentation unique. Now, the Makati Beach, it's one of the best kept secrets of Nigeria. Sometime I was in Delta, early 2000, 2001, 2002, I was doing a photo expedition, and I had read about this man who runs more hotels than any other person in Nigeria. I was doing top 100 hotels in Nigeria, so I had a research I was doing on the biggest hotel chains: Ariwa Hotel, Nigerian Hotel, Hotel Support Services, and Nanet. Now, I heard there was a man who was running 11 hotels in Nigeria, catering rest houses or something. So I went to Delta State to look for this man. Emeka Madu of the Delta Tourism Board decided to help me locate the man. His name is Makati. Yes. He's running all the hotels, 20 rooms, 30 rooms, 15 rooms, all across Delta. So he was running Abraka Resort then. And I think that's owned by Majoro family or something, I can't remember. Now, down the road, he was building this Makati. So eventually, he's a very quiet man, doesn't like to meet with people, was actually dodging me. He heard I was looking for him and went to Okpanam, where he had another hotel. I eventually got him. So he was sitting down and they were building this place. Because he's British, originally British, but I think he married a Nigerian and settled there. So he had this concept and he put this thing together. I've been there once, but I didn't spend long enough time to see all the things that he has done. So Makati, is he still alive? I don't think so, but the man is a legend. Is he alive?
No.
Okay, the man is a legend. He was a hospitality giant. I did quite a lot of research on those people who build stuff, who build the tourism we are talking about today. And Makati was one of them. And when I went there, he was building it. It was at the beginning of it. And it's an amazing job that he has done. So I'm happy that you are combining the two, the Abraka Resort, which was very popular, and that you was running then, and the Makati Beach. And anybody who goes to Delta, I would suggest that you visit Abraka. There are 3 things you need to see in Abraka: the Tough Club, the Makati Resort, and what's it called? The Abraka Resort. And not too far is the Ethiope Rivers and lots of other meats. Yeah, I've done quite a lot on that. And now you should go to Agbaroto, the Ibru family stuff. So a beautiful thing that you have presented and unveiled to us. I like that part. And for Badagry, you didn't tell us if you drank from the well, if you lost your senses, because if you did, probably you'll be in Brazil by now. So, whatever emergency that it was that you were doing that took you out, I hope it's all sorted out. Our wishes for you is that everything is okay. So I thank you for taking time out to join us today. And today, we've talked about Abraka, we've talked about Ilaje, about Badagry, about Topo, and you could see there's so much to see in Badagry. More than 10 people have talked about Badagry, and still new things being revealed about mangrove. That blindsided me. Hey, I know stuff like that, and I didn't know about that. So Mount Ned, Ukuta Lake, Crystal Lake, Lagwa, and Urashi. Before we sign off today, because we've done 1 hour 30 minutes, I will want to play Tina's visit to Abraka. Then after that, Anago, you come and round up for 3 minutes. Yeah, so please play Tina's this thing for us.
This is Abraka Makati Beach Resort in the heart of Delta State. You can come with your family, your friends. A weekend getaway. You can say Mauritius in Nigeria, yes. This is nature. This is nature. You can come with your friends, and Delta State is safe. It's a very beautiful atmosphere in Delta State. Abraka, precisely. Who said Nigeria is not beautiful? Who said you can engage in local tourism? It is beautiful here in Nigeria. So our tourists from US, from London, from Turkey, from France, you can come to Nigeria. Nigeria is very beautiful. And this is Delta State. This is nature.
Okay, this particular edition was online at our Facebook page, 7 Wonders of Nigeria. So it's live on Facebook, and you also have it on our YouTube channel, and you have it everywhere, and ATQ News will have it. And there's a Niger7wonders.com. The website has all the stories that have been told. So for those who are saying, where is it you can get this? Niger7wonders.com. It has all the stories. ATQnews.com has all the stories. So you can go there. For next week, before we call Anago and sign off, for next week, we have another big man from Badagry, Akwata. We have Likita John Best from Plateau State. We have Chichume Asebu from Wari. We have Franklin Ihejirika, one of the best tourism journalists in Nigeria. We have Emeka Anoku, a legend too. He's been president of ANJED, president of the aviation journalists, and Emeka has seen anything there is to see. So these are your 5 guests for next week, Friday, 3 p.m. Join us. You can also watch us on Facebook, and you will get it on YouTube thereafter, and the links will be there. So don't miss it, 3 p.m. next week. So I thank those that have joined on. So now call Anago to complete his stories. Why we say thank you for today. So Anago, run us to the end while we go home. Go ahead.
Okay. Abeokuta has so much to offer. And what Abeokuta has to offer is not just the Oluma. Okay, there are other places. Try and explore the Ogun River. Okay, there's a place called Oriyonri, Ogudotun in Abeokuta. in that particular environment, the Owu warriors during the war with the Daomians, that was where they had their camp. So Ogun State government, Ministry of Tourism, should do something to reenact the full picture, okay, the image that happened that time. Now, let me quickly come back to Lagos, to Takwa Bay. Takwa Bay is a very great place that, in fact, Takwa Bay is the most visited beach or bay in Lagos. It is very safe. And Takwa Bay is not about the beach. It's not about the water. Takwa Bay is also called the 80s. My dad used to drive us down to Marina, and we entered the ferry to cross to Takwa Bay. And we used to play deep down. We used to go inside the village in Takwa Bay, and they were underground. They were underground where me and my brothers used to play on Takwa Bay Island. And it was later that I found out that the undergrounds that we are talking about were actually barracons. You see, slave trade took place in a lot of places. The underground barracons in Takwa Bay was where they kept slaves that time. Nobody talks about that. Nobody even talk about one of the oldest lighthouse. You can find one of the oldest lighthouse in West Africa on Takwa Bay, and so much activities. You visit the JB, you visit the Pop Beach Club. There are games, your ATV called bike. Takwa Bay, and the Lagos State government is working on a project that they call Takwa Bay Coastal Resort. Takwa Bay Coastal Resort. So in a few years to come, Takwa Bay is going to be transformed. But my interest there is the cultural history, the lighthouse that is there, the underground barracons that are there, the history. We have to develop it so that the slave route tour that we are packaging will be complete, from Badagry to Takwa Bay to Lekki to Ekpe. The essence is for our brothers and sisters in the diaspora who are tracing their route back home to West Africa to be able to be reconnected with their families here in Africa. It's very great to be here. So much to talk about. Well, we hope there'll be another opportunity for us to have an enlightening avenue such as this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, you're a storyteller. That's your job. As a tour guide, you tell those stories over again. And I like the angles that you're bringing to this slave story. So till next week, and for all of you that joined us, get yourself ready. Full expense paid at Ogeyi Place in Port Harcourt. And any information you want, just send info@niger7wonders.com. They will answer your questions. So we're going to ask people questions about all the destinations. And if you want a copy, a PDF copy of the brochure for Niger 7 Wonders, please just send to info@niger7wonders.com, and they will email you a copy of the brochure. So till I meet you again next week, I will say thank you to all our presenters, and thank you for the audience. Now, there is a top 100, Tourism 100 Club. A lot of people complain to me that I don't want them to participate in the search for 7 Wonders of Nigeria. So put the screen, put the logo. So I've decided that instead of waiting till November to do the Tourism 100 Club, we will admit people between now and September. So please, if you're a tourism practitioner in Nigeria, if you think you deserve to belong to Tourism 100 Club, send a mail, your name and or nominate your friends and people to info@niger7wonders.com. There's another email, but this one I can tell you is easy. So people should stop complaining that Ms. Ikechi doesn't want us to participate. It's open. So we are going to do another induction between now and September so that we can have more people join in the expeditions. So Tourism 100 Club is a tourism practitioners in Nigeria. Yes, no, not Niger Wonders, Niger 7 Wonders. Please, Niger 7 Wonders, not NigerWonders.com. So that email that you saw screen there was wrong. So it's Niger 7 Wonders, N-I. So it's info@niger7wonders.com. So please, you can send your email and we can get across to you. Thank you, everybody. See you again next week. Who is this children? So why would you let somebody